let's talk about the worst date I have ever been on. You're gonna want to hear this. This happens last year. I am living in Amsterdam for a couple of months. I am temporarily staying at my boss's place while she and her partner are in Portugal. Her place is very nice. It is street level, floor to ceiling windows. They open up to a pedestrian street where people park their bikes. It is beautiful. So I decide to download this app called Field. And mainly this is a dating app where you list like your sexual kinks and desires.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. So I matched with this blonde woman on Field. She says she's from London. She's beautiful. If you know me, you know that I love an English accent. I am set. Let's do this thing. So we're chatting, and me being dumb and naive, she asks, oh, whereabouts are you? I give her the name of my neighborhood thinking it's a neighborhood, where specifically where I was staying, the name of my neighborhood is extremely specific to a single block. I didn't know that at the time. Send it to her. She goes, oh my gosh, we're so close. Let's meet here. It is like a Saturday afternoon. It's like 2 p.m. So I go meet this person at this rooftop that's like across the river. And I walk up the stairs and I'm like looking on this rooftop and like, I'm not seeing this girl. And I'm like, and then this person stands up and starts waving their arms at me. And when I say I got catfished, I got catfished. Not the same person at all in the slightest. She was blonde, but that's about it. And I'm immediately like, oh my God, what do I do? And this person had gotten there before me and had already ordered me a drink. And I hate secondhand embarrassment, and I am too nice to just turn around and walk away. So I walk over there and
So far, this is weird, but I'm a little surprised it was actually a lady he was looking for, because this guy seems a little off to me. Let's see how this turns out.
I say hi and I like act like nothing is wrong. That's on me. I shouldn't have done that. We're sitting down and we're chatting, and like I'm thinking in my head, like, how do I like get out of this? How do I tell her like she just catfished me? And she proceeds to tell me a story about another date she went on where a guy called her out. And then she tells me how she followed him home and harassed him the whole way home. So instantly,
she knew it was coming. She knew you were about to say something, and she was threatening you basically by telling you that story. That's what that was about.
I am like, I can't.
And that's what you get for going on some freaky app too.
Say anything because I don't want this person to follow me back to my boss's apartment where I'm temporarily staying. So I sit there and I make small talk with this woman, and then like I finish my drink and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go down and like get us a couple more. Do you want something? She's like, yes. So this is so bad. So I start walking down the stairs and I take off sprinting. Like I legit am sprinting full speed. Like I run down the stairs, I turn the corner, and I'm sprinting down this long winding sidewalk that leads to a bridge that crosses over the river. I sprint until I cross that bridge. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's done. Lo and behold, that evening comes. I'm sitting in this living room of this beautiful apartment building, and I'm playing video games. And keep in mind, floor to ceiling windows, everyone who walks by can see in. I don't know, I played till like midnight, 1 o'clock. I don't know. I go, I shut the blinds, go to the back, go to sleep. Sunday morning, I wake up and I take my day nice and slow, have a late coffee in. I'm cuddling in bed with Ernie. I don't know, maybe
I don't know how this is gonna end, but what I was for a moment I was thinking maybe he could have let her off easier, you know, just hang out and have the couple of drinks and just part ways. But since again, this is what he gets for joining some freaky website. It's for people who are into weird things to meet up and do stuff, obviously. So there's a certain expectation. It's not like a normal dating situation, you know, where you go meet up with somebody for the first time and have a couple of drinks and everybody parts ways, because there's not necessarily an expectation that something's going to escalate or that this is going to end up a certain way. But it seems like this is some kind of weird encounter type app where people are probably getting together and doing things. So it's probably, that's why it's probably was harder and he just had to flee. If he met up with some crazy chick that's already telling him she does crazy things.
11 o'clock rolls around and I'm like, I should probably let my dog out, go for a walk. I open up the door and the entire front of the apartment has been egged. I then turn around and I shut the front door, and there is a giant sign on the front door that says, Rob, your d- smells like prawns, you American ass. I have heard, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said something along those lines. I'm mortified. I rip the sign down, I go back inside, I shut all of the blinds, and I'm thinking, I've met my boss's neighbors. I've met my boss's neighbors' kids. This sign has been up all night and all morning. How many people have seen it? This is a pedestrian walkway with hundreds of bikes parked here.
This is what you get for doing shenanigans like that. And you're in your boss's house. So, because again, if she would have turned out to be the chick that you were expecting, you would have taken her there probably. And even if she was hot, you don't know how these people are. You're just meeting with random crazy chicks in the street. What do you expect from a girl that has a profile in such an app? It's willing to encounter not just a stranger, but a foreigner. You're signing up for problems. And you're not even at your own place. Your boss will hear about this. I have no doubt about it. Because if it's a nice place, that means the neighbors are probably doing well and they don't like to see stuff like that. And it's just going to stick like an eyesore, all this X suddenly and a sign and whatever else this chick left there as a mess for you. The neighbors definitely saw it.
Here. Hundreds and hundreds of people have walked past this, seen this sign, and I'm like, what do I do? I call my boss. I tell her. I'm mortified. We have a really good relationship. And I tell her, and I'm mortified. And she says, oh, honey, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, please talk to your neighbors and tell her, like, tell them that this is not a true story. I go outside, I clean this up, like, as there's nobody walking. Like, I'm looking outside. Okay, nobody's here. Go out, scrub, come back in if I see somebody walking. I literally do not leave that apartment for, like, the next couple of weeks. Unless it's, like, super early in the morning or late at night, because I'm that embarrassed and that mortified. That is the worst first date I've ever been on.
I don't even know if I would call that a date. But you got yourself there, man. This is risky behavior from you, and this is risky behavior from her. And people who usually engage in risky behavior are bad news. And this is exactly, you got exactly what you had coming to you. If you're watching this video, don't be like this. Don't engage in risky behavior like this. Don't be engaging with strangers, because you don't ever know who's out there. All right. People get too comfortable just because you see a profile online that you go and people let strangers into their home to meet up and hook up on the first time they've met, just because they had a few chit chats over the internet. It makes no sense to me. That's wild. That's insane. That's nothing anybody should be a part of. It could have gotten worse. It could have been that it was still the same attitude, the same type of person, but it was, the more attractive on the outside. And then he would have let her into the house. And then who knows what she would have done inside. She could have set the house on fire for all we know. But anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Remember to subscribe, by the way.